Hi, I'm Adam DeSanctis. Welcome to MBANow. I'm here today with Dave Coleman, MISMO's new president. Dave is here to talk about his career, what brought him to MISMO, and some of the top initiatives members can expect in the months ahead. Dave, thank you for being here.
Good to be here. Thank you.
So tell our audience a little bit about your background and what brought you to be MISMO's new president.
First, I'm excited to be here. So it's it's a long time coming. I've been in the industry for well over 30 years, and very early on in my career, I started working closely with the MBA and the predecessor to MISMO. Eventually sat on the MISMO governance board, and so this is almost like coming full circle in my career. So where I started off, I'm able to come back and continue. So really excited to step into this role now.
And we're very happy to have you here. So let's talk a little bit about what's ahead for MISMO. Technology and innovation are two key themes for MISMO and the team. What do you expect in the months ahead and advancing on those two fronts?
We, at any point in time, we have 30, 35 different communities of practice that are working on various projects. So as you can imagine, that's a large number of initiatives at any time. Going forwards, we'll continue to focus on our data standards as we always have, but at the same time, we're moving into other areas that are very exciting for us and then very helpful for the industry. Perfect example is we started a group now that's looking at servicing transfer standards and the overall processes and being able to transfer loans between servicers, which is you wouldn't necessarily think about that as a data standard, but it is a standard where you're trying to align the processes for how lenders do business. So it's exciting to step into being more impactful to the industry.
You mentioned the work groups and the communities of practice. That's really where a lot of the work gets done. What are you looking forward to the most in the months ahead?
That's a good question. We have just released the latest reference model for data, which creates a new foundation for upgrading and refreshing transactions, because as you well know, a lot changes in the industry in just a year. So we are working on new standards as it relates to the changes in credit. We've been working in other areas where we're working on API toolkits that allow service providers and lenders and whoever else to as we call it, flatten the transaction. In other words, create small transactions that can be used via consumer-based applications or websites or whatnot. So those are just a few, but we've got anytime we've got 30 to 35 initiatives underway.
There's a lot of important work to be done, and of course, none of that would be possible without the innovation investment fee. Why is it so important that the industry commit to that?
That's a great question. I don't think most people realize that there's not a mortgage that gets originated today in the industry that does not leverage some piece of knowledge, technology, data that was developed by MISMO. As such, MISMO requires the support of the industry to continue to provide these standards and tools and processes to the industry. And thankfully, we had over 1,600 lenders, MBA members, contribute via an investment fee to MISMO to allow us to continue to do this work and to take on things that are important to the members of the industry. So we just couldn't operate at the scale that we're operating without that support.
Dave, I've really enjoyed this conversation and getting to know you. Do you have any other final thoughts or things you'd like to share with our audience before we end?
Yeah, actually, I'd like to invite everyone listening to join us in Portland, Oregon, not Maine, June 5th through 8th for the summit. And there you'll get the opportunity. We've got some special sessions running around the new credit scores topics that are coming out, as well as some other working groups that I think will be of interest to most of the audience. So
that's great. And I moved to DC from Portland, Maine. I haven't been to Portland, Oregon, but both are very nice in June. So we certainly hope that members will head to Portland, Oregon in June. Dave, thank you again.
Yep, thank you for having me.